We came with a strong fourth quarter. We came out of the gates in a good shape into the 2025 year. You mentioned the numbers already, the comp sales and the profitability, but online was also a thing where we're very proud about. We had corrected for the fresh direct disposal in the US, but also there a double-digit growth in online, and same for Europe. For the total group, we grew a double-digit, which is a big part of our strategy. So I'm very happy with the fourth quarter. And in the run-up to our Growing Together strategy, which we announced for 25 to 28, I think we have a very good momentum. And also the start of the 2025 year was a good start, both in Europe and in the US, but also for online as well.
Frans, I can see in the outlook statement that you're expecting margin of about 4%. What impact do you think trade tariffs may have on some of the numbers, whether it's getting your hands on goods from suppliers overseas, or whether that means there's border costs and that impacts the product at the end stage for users? Is there going to be an impact from tariffs?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. A completely understandable question, of course. We have a food business in the US, and that is a very local business. So the majority of our merchandise we source locally. But what we will see that if you have fruit and vegetables coming from Mexico or paper products from Canada, that it might have some inflationary effect. But the majority of the food products are sourced locally. So that's very different than if you would sell general merchandise. 95% of our total products are food-related products. So we are pretty well protected there on that front.
Yeah, Frans, lovely to see you, sir. You have a huge presence in the United States. I think it's around about 60% of your revenues. You can correct me if I'm wrong there as well. You've got solid margins there compared with other areas, including Europe as well. Do you think those margins are going to be under threat? From what Karen just said there, of course, about the concern about trade tariffs, but actually the US consumer, we've all been waiting to see if and when the US consumer is going to start getting a little bit tired or worried about its spending. I noticed the revolving credit figures last week really jumped up aggressively. How is the consumer there?
We don't see a big change in the economic strength of the US households at this moment, but we see consumers making choices for value, more healthy products, and also a switch to meal prepared products as well. And we were all prepared for that. We have a strong private brand strategy. We are going to invest in the coming 4 years, $1 billion in pricing in the US to be even more competitive. So we understand those consumers very well. And like you mentioned, 60% of our business is in the US and on the East Coast, where we only on the East Coast. We have number 1 and 2 market positions there. So confident into the year, strong online proposition. And I think we have strong brands and very strong teams on the East Coast. So with a good start in the first period of the year, we look confident to our Growing Together strategy, where you said we're going to grow 4% in the Growing Together strategy. We have a mid to high single-digit EPS planned for the strategy period. This year, we're going to invest 2.7 billion euros to make sure that we are the best potential asset-based company, plus a very strong investment in digital data and online. And we will have a free cash flow of at least 2.2 billion euro for 2025. And last thing, for 2024, we propose a dividend of €1.17, which is up with 6%. And we also have, of course, started already our share buyback program of €1 billion.